Tonight, we are hearing from a man whose actions very well could have saved 2 lives over the weekend.
Yeah, according to Tennessee Highway Patrol's crash report, Stephen and Brittany Dodd from Knoxville got into a crash on I-40 in Roane County early Sunday evening. Now, one of the people who saw the crash immediately pulling over to help.
WATE 6 on your side reporter Kirsty Crawford talked with that bystander. She joins us now here in the studio. And Kirsty, that man happened to be a licensed EMT?
Yes, Dakota Greiner is a trained EMT, although he's not working as one right now. But he tells me that his EMT training was helpful on Sunday, but he never thought he would have to step up in other ways, putting out a fire and pulling people out of a wrecked truck on the highway.
I seen it happen, and you just, in a sense, kind of get tunnel vision, I guess. I knew there was people in there, and I didn't know what I was going to find when I walked up there, but I was going to do what I could.
Dakota Greiner and his fiance were heading home when they witnessed a truck hydroplane right in front of them. A rainy Sunday, the truck rolling over a few times before landing on its top.
My fiance, she went ahead and dialed 911, and I started walking back towards the truck. As I was on my way back to the truck, noticed some flames coming from the engine compartment.
Greiner picked up the pace, rushing to see who was inside and how he could help. He wasn't alone, about 4 others also stopping to help. Greiner says the extra hands were needed.
I took my pocket knife and cut his seatbelt. He didn't have a seatbelt on.
Pulling the driver out first, Greiner says his mind then went to the fire that was still blazing.
I had looked over my shoulder, and somebody was holding a fire extinguisher. I walked over there and grabbed a hold of it and walked around to the passenger side, and I just sprayed where the fire was coming from.
Another bystander helping the passenger out, emergency crews arriving shortly after. Greiner saying despite the crash happening on a busy interstate and involving a fire, he'd do it again and hopes others would do the same.
If that was me or my fiance or any of my family members, you know, whether somebody was an EMT or not, I would hope they'd at least stop and try to help any way they could.
Greiner tells me he didn't realize until it was all over that his shoes were probably ruined from working in the muddy embankment, and he lost his watch, but he says those are just things that he can replace. He's just glad the couple was awake and talking after the crash. Bo, Kristen.
Wow, what an amazing story. Yeah. Thank you, Kirsty. Now, Greiner says the whole reason why he and his fiance shared this story online was to try to find those crash victims and see if they were okay.
The Dodds injuries are unknown at this time. We have reached out to them, though, to see how they are doing.